good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Ops for Vets, episode 7. I am so glad that you are here today. We have a special treat for you. Pierre is here from California DGS to help all of our small businesses and our veteran business enterprises. And we're going to get teed up so that we can make some money this year, right? Right, absolutely. All right, I'm Tracy Lawrence. I'm your host for the day. I am the president of High Surety and Insurance Services. We are a specialty insurance agency that only does bonds. Our specialty, performance and payment bonds for government construction contractors, and we are really, really good at solving bond problems. It may not be easy, but we can help you out. My email address is Tracy, Tracey, at highsurety, HEISSURETY.com. I'd like to introduce you to our guest speaker today. Ops for Vets would like to welcome you to the show, Pierre Washington.
Hello. How's it going?
Yeah, welcome, welcome. We are glad you are here. For all of the viewers and the attendees out there, let me tell you a little bit about Pierre. Pierre currently serves as a business outreach liaison, helping small and disabled veteran owned businesses understand and comply with state contracting requirements. State contracting requirements. We love that. He
Yeah.
focuses on ensuring that businesses are prepared to take advantage of government procurement opportunities, to participate in the process, you guys, by providing his guidance on compliance and fostering relationships with key stakeholders. Relationships with key stakeholders. Got to love that. Pierre's career began in human resources, where he supported employees through key personnel processes. His passion for helping others succeed has been a consistent part of his career, driving him to offer meaningful guidance. We love people. In his current role, Pierre is committed to helping SB and DVBEs thrive by increasing access to government opportunities. His goal is to foster an inclusive, supportive environment that promotes long term success of small and disabled veteran owned businesses. Before I turn the show over to Pierre, I got to get a quick announcement in, all right? All right, quick announcement. We are excited to announce the return of the DGS Cal eProcure Clinic at this year's 14th annual Veteran and Small Business Trade Show. It's a personalized, hands-on workshop. It's a one-of-a-kind opportunity where you get to receive expert guidance directly from a DGS Outreach Business Liaison instructor. You'll get the chance to have your certification profile reviewed. You'll learn how to optimize it for state contracting success, and you'll discover new ways to connect with procurement opportunities. If you're just starting your certification journey or you're looking to sharpen your profile, the DGS clinic is where you need to be. Bring your laptop and your Cal eProcure login details to participate. If you haven't already registered for the event, you need to go to swvbrc.org/annual business summit and get registered so that you can participate in that. It's no cost to you except for some time and some planning. There's an early bird pricing available if you'd like to have an exhibit in the booth. Now, almost ready to kick it off. Talk to us. We want some interaction.
Yeah.
Action. Okay, so let's start with some names, name of your business, and city, state in the chat. Let us know if you've ever been to the annual summit and if you plan to come this year. All right, now it's time to dive into the meat and potatoes of today's episode. And with that, I am pleased to turn it over to our special guest, Pierre Washington. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Tracy. And thank you too for Ops for Vets. You guys do such a wonderful job, helping veterans who served our country so proudly, helping their small business thrive and making sure that they can give back to their community, just like they gave back to their community when they served their country. Today, we're going to be going over how to navigate Cal eProcure. My job as a small business outreach liaison, my job is to make sure you small businesses understand how to contract with the state of California. There's so much involved that you need to understand. There's different ways to set up your profile. There's different types of certifications. And today we're going to go over just a few of that, just so that way you can understand how you can optimize your profile and make sure that now that you are certified, you have a profile that can go ahead and attract opportunities and make sure that your product or service is out there to state buyers. My name is Pierre Washington. Go ahead and take down my email. Go ahead and take down my phone number. If you guys have any questions after today's webinar, go ahead and send me an email directly, and I'll make sure I can get those questions answered for you. Now, an overview of what we're going to be covering today. We're going to talk about Cal eProcure profile, your Cal eProcure profile, what it is and how to complete it, and how you can leverage it to ensure that your product and our services are visible to all buyers. We're going to talk about keywords and UNSPSC codes and how important they are in having a complete and robust profile. We're going to talk about how to find contract opportunities and how to research past purchases so that way you can understand what departments buy the product or services that you offer. We're going to talk about the importance of the DVBE and the advocates and who they are and the vital role they play in connecting small businesses with the state departments they work for. We're going to talk about reciprocity partners and which ones a state and how they accept state certifications and how to find them. We're going to talk about the emergency registry and the essential role it plays in how helping small businesses help California in times of emergency. And lastly, we're going to talk about commercially useful function, or CUF, and how to ensure your business is compliant with CUF requirements at all times when you're involved in a contract. Now, what is your Cal eProcure profile? Your Cal eProcure profile, it lets buyers and other businesses find your name, your email address. It's going to have your email address, your keywords, your UNSPSC codes. And so you want to make sure it's current and accurate. And it's the first step in marketing your business to make sure you are successful contracting with the state as a small business. Now, keywords. What are keywords? Keywords are describe goods and services. They allow buyers to find your businesses, and they're used by the Cal eProcure system so you can get notifications, and keywords can be changed at any time. UNSPSC codes, like keywords, they're also what are used to describe your specific product or services. UNSPSC codes are what you're going to enter, and it's going to buyers, state departments find the product or service you offer specifically by entering that keyword. It's also going to be how you get notifications when a contract opportunity comes out. Now let's talk a little bit more about keywords. These are specific words that pertain to the good and or services your business offer. For instance, you might use words like concrete, environmental, or legal. You want to buyers use these keywords. They're going to use these keywords to find your business. And so it's up to you to choose the right keywords that reflect the product or services you offer. Some keyword tips are you want to use individual words. You don't want to use sentences. You want to include both singular and plural forms of the word. You want to use common terms, technical terms, such as cleaning. If you offer cleaning services, you also want to put janitorial services, sanitation, stuff like that. You want to use broad terms and specific terms. Like if you do roofing, you want to use roof, also use construction, so that way people understand that you do both. And you want to use synonyms. If you do debris removal, you'll want to put debris removal, but you'll also want to use garbage, trash, and terms like waste. You want to have multi-word keywords such as information technology, and whichever else words are appropriate for your specific industry. A great way to find valuable keywords is by looking up the keywords of your competitors. Go to their profile and see how their profile is set up and which keywords and UNSPSC codes they're using, and if they pertain to the product or services you offer. And now, what are UNSPSC codes? UNSCSP codes are United Nations Standard Product and Services codes, are 8-digit numbers that categorize goods and our services. These codes help buyers identify what your business provides, making them crucial for your Cali Procure profile. Each UNSPSC code is part of a hierarchy with 4 levels. Each level is determined by 2, 4, 6, or 8 digits, with the remaining digits being zeros. The goods and services identified by the code become more specific in the lower levels of the hierarchy, and understanding the hierarchy empowers a business to find relevant related codes. If a business finds a 4-level code and understands how the hierarchy works, it can look for product or services at the level 3 code or a level 2 code and any other codes that fall under the higher level code. Here's an example of a UNSPSC hierarchy. At level 1, we have paper material and products. Getting a little more specific, under paper material and products, we'll have paper products. Then under paper material products, paper products, we'll have business use print and paper. And finally, we'll have paper material products, business use print, and writing paper, printer or copier paper, being as specific as possible. Each level gets more specific and it helps buyers narrow down their searches to find specific items. To select UNSPSC codes, you'll search within Cali Procure during registration or on the DGS website. Now, you don't want to use codes directly from the UNSPSC global website. You want to stick to codes that are found on Cali Procure because we've curated our UNSPSC codes for items and services that the state buys specifically. And you can use codes from any level of the hierarchy that fit your service, and consider copying codes from competitors once again. Now let's touch on the difference between codes in your bidder and certification profile. The certification profile is publicly displayed and it's used by buyers to find businesses, so it must be accurate and reflect what your business does. The bidder profile, however, is private and used for system notifications, and it can include items or products you hope to sell in the future. Once again, certification profile is publicly displayed. Buyers throughout the state and anyone with internet access can see it. It's used by buyers to find your business and to solicit bids from, and it must be accurate to what your business currently does. Your bidder profile is it's information that is not publicly displayed. The codes you list here result in Cali Procure system generated notifications for solicitations, and these codes you list here can be ambitious goods and services. Now let's go ahead and open it up to some Q&As about any of the topics we've covered so far. Go ahead and drop those in the chat, and me and Tracy will get to them.
Yeah, we have a couple questions already. So let's go. First question. Are there any limits on how many keywords we can use in our profile?
There are no limits to how many keywords you can use in your profile. However, you do want to keep in mind that it is publicly displayed. And so if a buyer is going to look for a product or service and your keyword does come up in their search and they go to your certification profile, if you have, if you just have the flood zoned with keywords, it's not going to look very professional. So you want to make sure that your keywords are relevant to the product or services you offer.
Okay, very good. All right. Thanks, MS, for that question. We appreciate you tuning in. Okay, got another question. This time it's from our friend Rich. Hey, Rich. Rich just want to get to the bottom line. Hey, is all this free? Because
Everything is free. Everything this webinar today is free. And any services, any services OSDS provides are free.
So that means the
Certification is
profile,
free. Yes, getting certified
the
is free.
certification, the
If anybody
profile.
tries to get you to pay for certification, they are trying to scam you.
All right.
Or at
Okay.
least DGS certification.
All right, everybody. Free 99 is the word of the day. We don't have any other questions, so keep going, please.
Awesome, awesome. Now we're going to talk about your Cal eProcure profile and how important it is to keep your Cal eProcure profile up to date. You should always have accurate and current information about your business and what it does. This ensures buyers can quickly identify what your company provides and how to get in contact with you. Now, your Cal eProcure profile, it's what you're going to see when you log in and register. And it's going to be what you're going to have your certification profile and your bidder profile. And that's where you're going to go ahead and make sure you understand the difference between those two. To update your profile, first you'll go to Cal eProcure and log in by clicking login/register in the upper right-hand corner. Now, hopefully, if you're in today's class, you're already certified and you understand you've already created your user information. But if you haven't, you'll want to go ahead and click login to register and create a new profile. And then you can go ahead and start the certification process. Once logged in and on your profile's work center, you can click Manage Notification Profile in the My Account section shown here. And this is going to be how we manage the notifications we get about when contract opportunities become available. It's essential that you select Yes to receive subcontracting notifications. This ensures that when a publicly advertised contract opportunity that matches your offerings becomes available, you'll get notified. And you'll do this by selecting Yes to receive CSCR bidding opportunity notifications. On the right, you can add the email address you want the notifications to go to, and you can also add the service areas you want to receive notifications about. Maybe you live in Southern California and you can't service Northern California, so you don't want to receive notifications about contract opportunities in Humboldt County. Next, you'll have to have notifications about contracts that match your business. Search for UNSPSCs. We recommend searching for UNSPSC codes by typing in the description box. That way, you'll get a list of UNSPSC codes that match that description, as opposed to having to list a specific UNSPSC code. You'll type in words matching the product or services you offer in the UNSPSC description box, and that'll be how you find relevant codes. In this example, we search using the word paper, and the relevant codes are listed here. You'll see we have paper products, business use, printing, writing paper, and so on. You'll check the box for the codes that you want to add, then scroll down and click Add at the bottom. The codes will then appear on the right. These codes can be changed or deleted at any time. And now you'll get notifications about those UNSPSC codes when those contract opportunities that match those UNSPSC codes become available. Now let's go back to the Work Center and manage our public-facing certification profile. This is what buyers are going to see. Buyers or businesses are going to see when they look for your business on Cal eProcure. First, we're going to click Manage Certifications in one of the two spots shown here where it says Manage Certification. Then we'll click Amend Application as shown here under Applications on the right. And then your certification application will open. Then we'll navigate to where we manage the keywords and codes, which is the other tab shown here at the bottom of the screen. As you can see, we have the other tab after business, owners, affiliate, and taxes. And that's where we'll click Save and Continue to get to those other tabs. And then we'll get to our UNSPSC codes, keywords, and service areas box. On the left side, you can review the service areas your business serves. Again, make sure this is accurate to the areas you can actually serve. You don't want notifications for services in Humboldt County if you're based in San Diego. On the right is where you manage your keywords. You'll enter keywords here one at a time. You can see how we have done this. Click the plus to add more rows and click the X to delete a keyword. After you have your keywords in, you'll click plus to add another keyword, add the keyword, click plus to add another one until you have all the keywords that you want for your profile. Then we'll scroll down to the section on UNSPSC codes under the Others tab. And similar to the keywords, you can add and delete UNSPSC codes here. And you'll click Add UNSPSC codes. And to add a UNSPSC code, first, search by description, like we said, like we did in the registration section. Again, we searched for paper and selected 2 codes to add. So you see, once we put paper in the description, a list of UNSPSC codes related to paper came up. Now you probably don't want all the codes that are related to paper, so you'll want to go through and make sure you have codes that match the products or services you offer. Now we'll scroll down to the bottom and we'll click Save. Those codes will now appear on your list as shown here. You can always click the red X to delete a code. And now these codes are going to be shown on your public-facing profile. When a business, when a buyer or another business goes to look at your profile, these are the UNSPSC codes that they'll see. Now let's go ahead and briefly talk about updating your supplier diversity information inside of your work center. In 2002, the Department of General Services, we began collecting voluntary diversity data information from certified businesses, currently registered, and new businesses within their Cal eProcure profile. Collecting voluntary diversity data is part of California's commitment to support diversity, equity, and inclusion in state procurement. We recommend that all businesses, when registering with the state, complete the diversity data. The diversity data will enable evaluation of the effectiveness of states' existing outreach programs and provide a better understanding of where targeted outreach efforts need to be established. Our goal is to ensure that California's supplier base is reflective of our diverse state. Now, this information is voluntary, and you can change and remove data at any time directly within your Cal eProcure profile. And this information does not grant a contracting preference and does not affect your contracting efforts or opportunity. The information is publicly displayed on your profile if you get certified. And for more information about the voluntary diversity data, it can be found on the statewide supplier diversity program website shown here. To update your supplier diversity information, go back to your work center and click Manage Diversity Information, shown here on the left-hand side. And this is what your supplier diversity screen will look like. This is where you can enter or update your supplier diversity information. Like I said, you can update or change this information at any time, and it is completely voluntary and does not offer contracting preference. It's just so that way we know where our outreach efforts are needed. Now let's go ahead and open it up to some Q&As about updating your certification profile.
Okay, so if any person that's on this webinar with us, please put your questions in the chat. We'd love to get you some answers from Pierre while he's here. Plus, we just want to hear from you. Okay, Pierre, we do have a question or two right now. Okay. All right. The first question came from our friend James Corey at Constant Marketing. Hi, James. How are you? And he's asking, how do we find out all the available business options that exist? And he's asking because he may be curious about starting a business to fill a certain space. Now, I know that later in your presentation, you're going to show us what the state of California buys. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. So hold on, James. I know that Pierre is going to get to the part of his presentation where he tells you how the state.
I'm not going to show you what we buy, but I'm going to show you how to find what we buy.
And I think that's what you want, James. I think that's what you want, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to give you the tools so you can do the market research.
Can we ask for anything more than that? I think that's good. All right, so hold on. Now, when we get to that section, if you have any questions specifically about the how to do it, go ahead and ask us again, because we don't want you to leave this episode with your question unanswered. Not if I can get it for you while I'm here. All right. So for you, I'm going to just say, hold on a second. And then I have a follow on question about keywords. Okay. Yes. So the person asked, they say, I sell plumbing services. It's what I do. Should I just put plumbing as my keyword?
No, you can put both. Put plumbing and plumbing services. There's no limit to the number of keywords. Like I said, you just want to make sure your keywords are relevant. And so if plumbing and plumbing services is something that you offer, then you can, put both.
What if he uses something like some type of repair? Is repair legit or no?
No, you want to be specific to repair, because you could be repairing cars, you could be repairing sidewalks. So you want to make sure what you repair is represented in your keyword.
Okay, and then if he chooses something that has like two words, like pipe repair, is it with quotations or not like that?
No quotations. Your keyword will be just the two words that are just the words that pertain to your business, and they don't need to be in.
Okay, understood. And to Rich, who asked that question, make sure that you take advantage of the hot tip that Pierre gave us about using the system to find some competitors. So maybe think about who else is in your space, and then after the webinar is over, but before you get to the weekend, you log on and take a look to see what maybe some of them are using, so that you can make sure to add that to your profile, so you can, lift it up. Okay. I have one more question so far. What is the best approach to connect with other vendors to pursue state contracts? Can vendors connect with other vendors on the eProcure platform? Is there a way for them to find out, hey, we're both looking at this, maybe we can talk about it?
As far as, if there's no way to say, we're both looking at this contract. I am going to show you later on about how you can post the ad on a contract, so vendors can find vendors. And so that's going to be one way where you can connect with other vendors. But another great way is later on, I'm going to show you how to look up the past purchases database, and looking up the past purchases database and seeing which vendors have gotten contracts already will be a great way to connect with those businesses in the future.
Oh man, this is getting good. All right, everybody, we're about halfway through. I think the challenge last month was to invite a friend. If your friend hasn't already logged on and sent you a text and said that they are here, call them up or send them a reminder, because it's some good stuff coming up in the next half. All right, Pierre, take us on.
Awesome. Thanks, Tracy. So now we're going to talk about, one of the most, what you guys are all here for, to find contract opportunities. And we're going to find those in the California State Contract Registry, also called the CSCR. It's a public competitive bidding platform, and state departments post advertisement for contracts here. So it's an essential tool for finding new opportunities. Now, I do want to stress that this is not going to be the only way that contracts are performed. This is going to be how you find publicly advertised contracts. However, there's going to be businesses there's going to be departments who hop on eProcure and just look for certain small businesses, or just who are looking for businesses who can fulfill a need, and they'll reach out to those businesses directly. So the state contract register, it's not going to be your one shop spot for all contract opportunities. However, it is an important tool for finding current contract opportunities. To review the CSCR, you'll log into your profile and then you'll start your search by clicking Start Your Search in the blue box on the upper right-hand corner shown here. And this is, once again, this is on your eProcure Work Center for your certification. You can specify your search by clicking on the Advanced Search Criteria box shown in the middle of the screen here. You'll click Advanced Search, and then you'll type in, you can use search by description, RUNSPSC code, or by department. And the advanced search criteria includes UNSPSC codes, service areas, contract license type. You can search by specific dates to see which contracts are going to be ending within the next few months. This is the list of search results showing the advanced solicitations. Here you'll see we have a list of all the contract opportunities available that pertain to a particular keyword. And then once you click the event ID, you'll be taken to the event details page. If you like to work with other businesses, this is where you post your vendor ads to post an advertisement as a subcontractor seeking a prime, or vice versa as a prime contractor seeking a sub. Here is where you make your advertisement. You'll enter your name, your email, your phone number, enter the title of your company and your deadline for anyone interested. You'll select if you're a prime seeking a sub or a sub seeking a prime, then enter your advertisement in the description box. All you have here is a text box, so you want to make it count. We recommend you put your certification ID number so any interested business can easily find you. And advertisements are an excellent tool for helping larger businesses looking to work with small and disabled veteran businesses, which can help them obtain preference points when bidding on a contract. And I can't stress the importance of being a subprime enough. A lot of contracting dollars, they get funneled to small businesses through contracts that are obtained by larger businesses, but a small business performs an element of that contract for the larger business, and it helps that larger business get those incentive points that small businesses get. So, primes are often looking to work with subprimes, so that way they can take advantage of some of the incentives that small businesses and disabled veterans get. And so making sure if you do post an ad, making sure it's succinct and making sure other vendors can find you is very important. Another important tool, one of the most important tools we have, it's going to be used for helping your business conduct market research, is the State Contract and Procurement Registration, better known as SCIPRS. It's one of the central places to conduct your market research. It's going to show you all of the contracts that the state, all of the purchases that the state has made within a given time frame. SCIPRS is a public-facing database, so anyone with internet access can find it. It includes data on both state and non-state spending, and it helps business. It's an important tool for helping businesses conduct market research. Now we're going to talk about how to review SCIPRS. First, we're going to go to Find Public Procurement Information, shown in the lower left-hand corner here. And this is on the Cal eProcure homepage. Then click the link for SCPRS, Past Purchases and Skippers. It's going to be the second link under Public Procurement Information page. The SCPRS will show the department's name. Now here, once we're on Skippers, we can search by, we'll want to use the advanced search criteria. It doesn't show it here, but we'll want to click the advanced search criteria, and then we could put in specific UNSPSC codes. So we can take UNSPSC codes from our certification profile, go ahead and put those in our search criteria, and then we can find all of the purchases the state has made that match that UNSPSC code. And then you can see which department made the purchase. You can see which vendor got the contract, how much it was made for, and then it helps you reach out to those departments and say, hey, I see you made this purchase in the past. I also offer this product or service. You'll reach out to the DVBE Advocate, which I'll talk about later, and let them know. You can also reach out to the business that was awarded the contract and see if maybe you can work with them in the future. And if it was a small business, you can review their certification profile to see how their profile is set up and see if there's anything you can take from it. Now let's go ahead and open it up to some questions about past purchases database or the contract registration system. No questions?
Sorry about that. I said we do have a couple questions.
Okay.
In that section, I was thinking about James. I was like,
yes.
He had asked the question, and I told him to hold on. So, James, if you have anything, let us know. But he kind of showed you how to get to where you need to. We have a question from someone else, and it says, when they're in Skippers and they're looking at the information about the past contracts, can they actually click on those links to find out how much the state paid for what they bought?
Yes. The specific contract amount will be shown in the past purchases database.
And in that, okay, and then this is a question I was having as I was looking at it on the screen. There's a link there for the purchase document itself. Inside the purchase, that page, that one. So I was like, okay. And so a purchase document, if I click on that, is that the solicitation or is that the contract?
No, that's just going to show you like a invoice information, but it is going to show you important information about which department made the purchase, which vendor got which business got the contract, and it's going to show more line items for the contract. It's going to show specific UNSPSC codes that pertain to the contract. Oftentimes contract will have multiple UNSPSC codes associated with it, and so the purchase document will show that type of information.
Got it.
And it will show you who you can reach out to if you have questions about the purchase as well, and to give you specific contact information.
And then we have one more question. The person asked, does every California agency use Cal eProcure, and is it over 25,000 or is it for everything?
Cal eProcure, all state departments use Cal eProcure. All state departments have a mandate to spend 25% of their contracting dollars have to go to small businesses, and 3% of their contracting dollars have to go to disabled veteran businesses. And so they're using Cal eProcure all the time to make sure to find small businesses so they can meet their mandate. And so they're going on Cal eProcure, typing in keywords, typing in UNSPSC codes, seeing which businesses offer those UNSPSC codes, more specifically, which small businesses offer that offer the product or services that relate to that UNSPSC codes, reaching out to those businesses to get a quote to see if they can provide that product or services so that department can reach its 25% mandate.
Okay, excellent. Understood. Okay, we don't have any other questions, and so all right, we're doing great on time. Let's keep it rolling, Pierre. Keep
Awesome,
it
awesome.
rolling.
Thank you, thank you. Now we're going ahead and talk about the SBDVBE advocates who work with certified businesses to help them navigate the contracting process. Their responsibilities include connecting with businesses with contracting opportunities, assisting with prompt payment, and educating buyers on using certified companies. And any agency or department that procures at least $100,000 per year must have at least one SBDVBE advocate, and they're the ones who you can reach out to make sure you're on their department's radar. You give them your capability statement. You can ask them any questions about past purchases and any current contract opportunities. The SBDVB Advocate is here to help small businesses and DVBEs pursue contract opportunities with the departments they work for. They work closely with the buyers in their department to include small businesses and disabled veteran businesses in state procurement. In the last year, departments are required to seek out new business or contract opportunities, and it's a key part to what advocates do. To find the advocate directory, you'll go to Cal eProcure and click Find Training and Resources in the lower right-hand corner. This will take you to the Training and Resources page, which has helpful information to help businesses understand and secure state contracts. Once on the Training and Resources page, you'll click Contact Small Business and DVB Advocates under Research and Marketing shown at the bottom of the page here. This will take you to the SBDVBE homepage on DGS's website, where you'll click to this says download the advocate directory. I need to change out this slide. We don't download the advocate directory anymore. It's a database now that you can see yourself. But once you're in the directory, it'll look like this. Agencies and their respective advocates information, departments that do, it'll show advocates in their respective department information. It'll have their name, their contact information, which isn't shown here, but if you scroll to the right, you'll see agencies that have a DVBE first policy are highlighted in yellow. These departments have a stated goal of looking to contract with SB and DVBEs first when conducting their procurements, and agencies that have an X are departments that engage in construction procurements, helping you more easily find construction departments that are going to be looking to make construction purchases. When reaching out to an advocate, you'll want to include your capability statement, your certification ID number, and just give them a quick description of what you do and how your business can help that department reach its goals. A capability statement is going to be one of your most important tools when reaching out to an advocate. It's much like a resume. You'll want information such as your company information, your expertise, any relevant UNSPSC codes, your past performance, and just to name a few. We have great resources such as the SBDC, our Apex accelerators who can help you create a capability statement that is perfect for your business. When talking with an advocate, you'll want to ask specific questions like, do you have any upcoming contract opportunities? And can I be included in any relevant solicitations? And what are common purchases your department buys? And make sure and to find out if they purchase product or services that you offer. Now let's go ahead and open it up to some questions about advocates.
Okay. Someone asked, do advocates connect us directly with the state buyers? Do they make those types of introductions?
They can make those specific introductions. They might not necessarily be making a purchase specifically, but they can, if there is a buyer within their department, they can connect you with that buyer direct. Yes, they can.
Okay, that's the only question we have in our chat about advocates. We did have someone ask, if there is a when you're starting your business, so you're doing your market research, right? You're finding out what the state buys. You have the departments that buy it. You know the advocate to talk to from the agency, and you're getting your plan together. So the person is saying, any thoughts on LLC versus S corp, or does that matter? And I know that's a tax question, but anyway.
Yeah, I can't give you advice on that one. That would be, you can use one of our partner resources, SBDC, Ops for Vets, Apex Accelerators. They can help you answer those type of questions.
All right, so I see you, and I wanted to make sure we're watching. I do want to take an opportunity to just make a big shout out to the California DGS for stepping up outreach. You guys are really putting in the work. And we, a small business, we appreciate it. Ops for Vets, we appreciate the opportunity to be the vehicle you use for that. And we are looking forward to an amazing DGS clinic and some success stories. Bebo, I'm going to hit you with the challenge at the end of the episode. And one last hello. Hey, Ray. I see you. I see you out there. So thanks for tuning in. All right. Take it home, Pierre. Take it home.
All right. Let's keep it moving. We're almost at the finish line. Next, we're going to talk about the emergency registry. The emergency registry, it's used for urgent contracting needs and businesses. We need businesses who are ready to step up during emergencies, and they should register under specific categories like debris removal, fire protection, and traffic control. The SBDVBE Emergency Registry, it's a dedicated portal for California certified businesses to register as a supplier of emergency goods and services. Unlike Cal eProcure, this portal will only include businesses that provide goods and services from predetermined emergency categories. State departments, buyers can access and search this pool of suppliers. Which businesses should sign up for the emergency registry? SBDVBE businesses who are currently ready and able to support the state of California in an emergency. Emergency contracting requires fast, around-the-clock turnaround times, and a business should not register unless they are fully capable of immediately providing the goods and services they list. And emergencies can be anything such as a natural disaster. It can also be an emergency. Let's say the AC goes out in the server room. Department can reach out on that emergency registry and look for a business who can respond immediately. These are some of the emergency registry categories, such as that businesses must select at least one category when registering. However, you can include more than one category. This is the basic information your business needs to register for the emergency registry. To register, you'll need your certification number, a description of the product or services your company offers, emergency categories, and both primary and after hours contact information. We're going to need to be able to get in contact with you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year if you're on the emergency registry. And if we can't get in contact with you, we're going to move on to the next business. To register, you'll go to Cal eProcure and click Sell to the State, as shown here on the left-hand side. This is where you find the emergency registry information. The link shown here will take you to a DGS page to learn all about the emergency registry and how you can sign up. All right, now that we've talked about emergency registry, let's go ahead and talk about commercially useful function. It applies to all small businesses and DVBEs bidding and participating in a contract, regardless of the procurement approach or payment method. A commercially useful function means your business performs a distinct element of the work and manages or supervises it. This ensures your participation is meaningful and not just a pass-through for another entity. You're performing a CUF if you are executing a distinct element of the work. You're performing, managing, or supervising the work, performing work that is normal for the firm's business, services, and functions, negotiating a price. You're determining quality, quantity, ordering, installing, or making payments, and you're not subcontracting a portion of the work greater than expected by industry standards. Your business does not perform a CUF if you are an extra participant in a transaction, contract, or project through which funds are passed through in order to obtain the appearance of an SBDVBE participation. It's not being used to perform the work as stipulated in the bid, or you're no longer used to provide goods or services listed in the initial bid. Now, this, CUF really applies, when you're a small business, if you're connecting with the larger business. Like I said before, that larger business can connect with small businesses to receive incentive points when they apply for the contract. But that small business has to be actually doing work on the contract. They can't just put the small business, list them on the application to get the preference points, but they're not actually doing the work. So performing a commercially useful function is an important part of state contracting, and you have to understand that if you are going to be involved, especially if you're going to be a subprime in a contract. Now let's briefly touch on reciprocity partners. Reciprocity partners include cities, counties, utilities, and transportation agencies. Many of these partners recognize state certifications, and it's broadening contract opportunities beyond state departments. To find which partners accept DGS certifications, you'll go to dgs.ca.gov/PD-reciprocity. And these are going to be entities who accept DGS's certification, so that way you don't have to apply for their specific small business certification. Now, it's important to understand that DGS does not accept any other certifications besides our own. So these are only going to be entities that accept our certification. Being certified for one of our reciprocity partners as a small business will not make you certified as a small business in state contracting. All right, now let's go ahead and open it up to any questions about any subjects we've covered today.
Okay, you guys, do you have any questions about anything? Right now, I don't see any in the chat, Pierre, but we'll give the people a few minutes to gather their thoughts and put something there. I appreciate you coming on the show today, and I'm sharing the knowledge and wisdom that you shared with us. I want to go ahead and while you guys are getting your questions together, I'm going to go ahead and put out the Tracy Challenge for the month. The Tracy Challenge for the month is manage notifications, right? So when we were in that part of the presentation, Pierre was showing us how we could use that link to set up the geographic territory that we wanted to be alerted to. The UNSPC, I'm sure I did that wrong.
UNSPSC.
That's what I meant.
It slows up the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah, so your keywords and stuff. So if you've created your profile and you got your bidder and you got your certification profile, but you haven't set up your notifications, then you're only working the system partially, right? So you've done the work and you're hoping that the buyer will find you in his or her search, but why not use the benefit of the system's performance? It's got to have AI or something in the background that's pushing stuff out to you, right? If it wants to talk to you and it wants to tell you about possible opportunities to make money, create jobs, impact your community, right? Then you want to be able to get those notices. And then in that page, he showed us where you can put the emails where you actually want the notices to go. So don't send those notices to some box that nobody answers. I know I got one of those boxes too. I probably look at it once a week. Not that box. Send it to the box where whoever in your organization has a business development responsibility, because they will surely be interested in ways to increase business activity. A question has come in, and that question is, so how many certified DVBEs are there in the state of California?
I can't tell you off the top of my head. However, you can go on Cal eProcure, click Find Certified Small Businesses. If you just click, if you click this DVBE button, you'll get a list. It'll show you all the certified small DVBEs. It's going to be a lot. It's probably 1,000 or more, a couple thousand, I would guess, at least. I don't know.
Well, you guys, a couple thousand is especially spread out over a state our size.
Last time I checked, there were 22,000 small businesses
okay. So
registered.
22,000 small businesses, and then DVBEs are going to be a smaller portion.
Yes.
And did I see a slide that said the budget was what, 14, 15 billion? How much money is it?
13.35 currently. All right, that's the last numbers we have. 13.35 billion overall. I believe of that 13.35, roughly over 3.5 of that billion went to small businesses, and roughly 700,000 went to DVBEs.
Okay.
Or 700 million. I'm sorry, million. Those are all million. 700 million, 13.35 billion, 3.5 billion went to small businesses. That's so much money I can't even count.
All right, you see my little TikTok going on here? Okay, people, let's get serious. All right, Alisa wanted to let you know that she thought you did an excellent presentation today, Pierre.
Thank you, Elisa.
Hey, Alisa, how are you? All right, if there are no other questions, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and put your, do you have any closing remarks or your final slide you want to put up? So that
let me go ahead and just do a quick little review of what we've covered today. We've covered setting up maintaining your Cal eProcure profile. You're using your keywords and UNSPSC codes and how to use those to maximize your profile, how to find contract opportunities and how to research past purchases, and how to use skippers in the contract database, working with small business DVBE advocates, how to reach out to them and how to make sure that you're on their department's radar and connecting your small business with their department, understanding reciprocity partners and the emergency contracting, and making sure you're being compliant with commercially useful function CUF requirements if you are involved in state contracting. Here are a few of the resources that we have in California that are going to help you answer some of the questions that we can't help. We can't give you specific information about any one contract opportunities or how to set up your business, but resources such as a Small Business Development Center, SCORE, Apex accelerators, those are all small nonprofit organizations who offer free resources to help your small business not just contract with the state of California, but contract with other localities and grow your business with the general public as well. And in addition to OpsForVets, who also offer great resources for small businesses, helping their small businesses grow. We want you to follow us on LinkedIn, where we post great information about upcoming events that OSDS offers, as well as some important tips and tricks for small businesses to help them succeed when looking for a state contract and how to being involved in state procurement. I want you guys to take a picture of this here QR code. It's one of the best resources we have. We can do a one-on-one consultation with the small business or anybody who wants to learn more about state contracting or about maximizing their Cal eProcure profile. you can get a one-on-one consultation with a liaison like myself, and we can go ahead and walk you through setting up your profile and making sure you understand how to use Cal eProcure to help your business succeed. And I want to thank Tracy and Ops for Vets for their having me here today. You know, connecting with you guys is so important. Our tax dollars that come in, they need to go to small businesses, because small businesses, you guys are the backbone of our economy. You guys are a backbone of our job force, and making sure you guys succeed is how California is going to succeed, and making sure that we're on the right track to the future. Go ahead and take down my contact information. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to me directly, and I'll be sure to get any questions you have answered as long as I can. If I can, I'll point you in the direction to somebody who can answer your question. And oh, sorry. And that is it for me today. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and ask them now. If not, I'm going to kick it back to Tracy.
All right, we don't have any questions. Thank you so much, Pierre, for your presentation, your time, your willingness to answer our questions. We appreciate you, and we appreciate California DGS. Before we wrap up today's show, I'd like to highlight an exciting opportunity at the 14th Annual Veteran and Small Business Trade Show. I mentioned it to you earlier, and I'm reminding you now. It's going to be the Cal eProcure Clinic, personalized one-on-one, hosted by DGS Outreach Business Liaison instructors. You're going to have one-on-one guidance in person, face-to-face, okay? So you want to make sure that you go ahead and register for the trade show and take advantage of the opportunity that DGS is making available to us. Registrations open for the trade show. Early bird pricing is in effect. If you'd like to be an exhibitor or you're thinking about it, let me go ahead and tell you why you need to do that. Because the number of people that are passing through this event, both on the state procurement side, as well as other small businesses and entities that want to connect to small businesses. So when you want to have visibility in a room full of those kind of people, you need to get yourself a table. Yes, you do. And go ahead and bring your capability statement. Be prepared to shake some hands, make some introductions to the booths on your left and right, across the aisle, a couple aisles over. Go into some of the different breakout sessions so that you can actually maximize your time there. Attendance is completely free for attendees. Again, go to southwestveteransbusinessresourcecenter.org, swvbrc.org, and then you're going to click on Annual Business Summit. I'd like to personally invite you to join the Ops for Vets community, where we are about not handshakes, not handouts, okay? It's a lifetime membership program, and you'll gain access to professional development opportunities, but also opportunities to advertise your business, right? So we like to highlight veteran-owned businesses so that our community, our membership can see who you are, what you're doing, what service you're offering, so that they can connect with you. Sign up today at opsforvets.com/register. And I look forward to featuring you in one of the Vets episodes. Finally, we'd love to hear about your biggest takeaway from today's event. Leave us a note in the chat. Accept my challenge to manage your notifications. Get that done between now and next month. And I'll see you at the trade show, the Cal eProcure Clinic, and next month's episode, where I get the chance to spend some time with Josh Kress from DGS. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. We appreciate your time. Have a prosperous afternoon.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
month. I got my veterans check coming once a month. I got my 50% medical check coming to me for the rest of my life.